little trail ride this morning. I think we'll go out to one of the waterfalls. Mazel. He's headed up somewhere. Just gotta go see what the wildlife situation is. There she is. So far we haven't seen anything. So, let's go! Yeah. Rained a little bit last night, so it's perfect out. We grabbed the Electric Motion Escape R. It is probably the best trail bike made. For a lot of reasons. The only thing it's not the best at is, say, a long run. But, oh, she saw something. But it is actually something that will get you out in any trail situation. It's light, more power than you need. I'm usually in blue. It's early, we're out riding. Yeah, it's pretty remote out here, but you wanna go this way? That is the biggest advantage, I would say, right there. There's a lot of people still sipping on coffee right now, you know? So you fire up a 2T, 4T or something, that aggravates them. You're ruining that coffee experience. Or just the fact they're still trying to sleep. You know, late night concerts because they're all the rage. Or just sitting around and drinking. Yeah, this is where it's at right here. And these bikes make it a reality. For sure. Another huge advantage is the low maintenance. Threw some WD-40 on the chain. And you plug it in. You charge it. Other than that, if you don't pile it up, you are, really hard on equipment, they don't need anything. And I mean that. Anything. Go through tires sooner or later. I'm still on the Stalker. This is a 2022. I ride a fair amount. Depends on what you're riding on. I mean, there's rocks and most of it's loomy, soft stuff, but I'm on rocks quite a bit. The Trials tires has a huge contact area, so you're not wearing through a knob real fast or anything. Yeah, they're goats. They just climb anywhere. Jump over anything. Well, within reason and abilities. It's helped my riding skills for sure. It's not as intimidating as, a heavier bike. See anything, Junebug? But in this setting right here, these bikes are the shizzle. All the log work, the rocks. Oh, she saw something. Hill climbs. Let's go see if See what it is. Junebug, come. Hey. In case it's something that's gonna kick her ass. We could be staring right at it. Wildlife blends in really well. Until they move, you can't really ever see them. And it's probably a moose, because the moose, they will not move. They'll just continue to stand there and eat. I don't see anything. Her spidey sense is dead. But yeah, we're on an easy double track right now, but like I said, we're just out for a nice, easy cruise. The bikes are really flickable. And for me, that makes it so I can ride a lot more than I'm on something bigger. The waterfall's still flowing. Pretty wild. End of June. A little bit of rain last night, but not much. What do you think? What was that? Yeah, this one I put the, what do you call it? Variable regen on it. This lever. Otherwise you got the fixed, this button. And that's just on or off. This is modular. Modulates, I guess. But yeah, excellent bikes. If you decide to pull the trigger and get one, you won't regret it. You just got to get on them and ride them though. See, a lot of people, they say they just aren't using it, so they sell it. And it seems like they're selling them really cheap, but say the biggest problem is every year they're coming out with just so much more. And that's just across the board. Everything does that. Automotive industry, even all your power sports stuff, they just keep coming out with a little bit more as far as options or, you know, just little bells and whistles. But I don't know. I haven't rode any of the newer stuff. Like you see they got better screens on everything all the time. What else? I can't keep up with it. And honestly, I don't really want to, because sooner or later you just got to be happy with what you got. If whatever the new stuff is constantly, your pursuit, then you'll never win. Or you'll never stay ahead of it, I guess. This has got everything I need. 53 gets me out. It's a good workout. Super fun. Go to places that I never would have before. Basically because it allows me to. I'm not afraid of breaking a leg off or something, I'm in control of this one. It's not in my head. And that's the thing, another thing, like, the ego tells you want more, the biggest, the baddest, and all that, which this is an electric side, in my opinion. I mean, they got, Stark Vargan stuff, but 70 horse, I don't know, 80, they say. I don't need it myself. Speed kills. All right, let's head back, I guess. Those are just all my opinions. But I will say, like on trails and stuff, when you run across other groups, you know, it's always the same old questions. How far does it go? How fast does it go? With electric, I mean with anything, but with electric especially, how far will it go? Well, if you're doing work like this, riding, this bike will last all day. Easy. If you want to drive it on the highway, you know, as fast as it'll go, yeah, it's not going to last that long. It's not a commuter type thing. I mean, within reason, if you was in a city or something, for sure. But not out on, you know, pulling the speed limits somewhere. 35 mile an hour for half an hour? Nope. It's not what it's designed for. Also, it depends on the size of the rider. Can't put a 250-pound guy on it, you know, and expect it to perform without doing some stuff to it. But with that being said, in stock form, I'm 180, 6 foot 180, perfect fit. And I would imagine the lighter you are, you know, the better. In stock farm, you don't have to do anything to them. Zero. That is worth a ton right there. So you're paying a premium a little bit, you know, for the bike, but at least you don't have to throw the bike's cost back into it just to make something out of it, you know, like some of the cheaper Chinese ones. Been down that route. Next thing you know, you've got, you know, $1,000 fork on the front, new controller, you know, you're up to $3,000-$4,000 before you know it. Which anything goes, but it's the same thing. Those things are just designed that way. They're low cost is because of those reasons. And there's tons of fun to be had with them in stock form. But yeah, the price is related to that. These things aren't going to need anything. So just buy it and ride it. Yeah, we could go driving straight up right through a town right now. And a lot of times it just puzzles people. They don't know whether to get upset or what. But as long as you're not being an idiot. Cruise by and wave. Usually pretty cool. But back to my original thought with when you run into groups of riders, they're always asking those questions. But the main thing is, there's always at least a super interested person, if not more, going, that's what I need. For the same reason. A bigger bike, full-size bike, you hit a few things. You get in a little pickle, it doesn't take much. Get yourself in a pickle, and then next thing you know, your energy is just shot trying to horse that thing out. Because we all run out of skill sooner or later. Question is, you want to pick up a 300-pound bike, or what are these, 180? Those are my thoughts. But yeah, that's just when electrics first came out, you know, that was the biggest question. Well, what's this all about? Is it you know, gonna hold up. I bought into it because playing with RCs, as soon as we went electric in that world, it was night and day. And I assumed that it would be the same for like two-wheeled equipment. But I think, honestly, that's the cutoff. I'm not sure it's going to happen with anything bigger than this. Until something changes. Because the batteries are the only place that they could probably pull it off. You know, because the payload's so much. Like, I would never buy an electric vehicle. Well, I guess I shouldn't say never. They're probably going to force us, but just don't see it coming to fruition. Anytime you're pulling, you know, the power out of that battery, which is turning that motor, that turns into battery anxiety, and you just watch the gauges go. But yeah, see this thing, and with the tires and everything, like it's a connected feel all the time. There's no squirreliness. There's hardly any sliding of the wheels, or I mean the tires on the ground. It's just connected. It's kind of always been my argument with dirt bikes. There's so much power, and it's not really used that much, you know what I mean? On occasion it's used, but just not that much. If you just want to putt around and enjoy life, but then still have, you know, ample amount reserved for, say, like that. See, that was easy. Do you have to be wheel spinning the whole way up it? Some people do. I don't. Super playful. I will say this, I hardly ever wreck on it. And that's worth its weight in gold to me. I don't need to have injuries. I don't think anyone does, but I'm way past the days of like, I'm gonna risk my body just to go try to do something, you know? I just wanna go have fun. And feel like I'm in control of it. Yeah, this one does have the clutch on it, but honestly, rarely do I use the clutch. As a matter of fact, it's almost nil, pretty much. So you can get away with not having a clutch on them, I think. Now, yeah, if you're a rider that has got way more time into, you know, splats and all that stuff, yeah, you probably want a clutch. But me, I don't need it. And I would hazard to guess a lot of people wouldn't need it. Yeah, on these bikes, you're looking for things to interact with. Say logs and rocks and stumps. It opens up that world. And if you're not a lifelong, like, skills rider, that's fun. Because again, on a regular full-size bike, I try to avoid that stuff, to tell you the truth. This thing has gotten me to where if I get on a full-size bike, I will hit that stuff now. But I used to like really try to avoid all the obstacles. You know, stay in the trail, stay in the rut. On this, I'm trying to get out of that main trail. Super tight turning radiuses on them. The bars really throw. Really responsive to pegs, peg weighting. If you want to stand on one, the bike just flops over. And again, see, I could do this type of riding all day long on one charge. I don't know. What more do you want? It's going on all the terrain I have to ride on. And I haven't went down once. Honestly, I haven't went down in a long time. Knock on wood. You want to get out and explore? This is it. All right, that was just a quick little ride video. There's a hill climb. Barely even on the throttle. Just piece of cake. Not even at all taxing on me as the rider. All right, y'all have a good day.